In this video, we'll be looking at the basic charts used for visualizing data in Microsoft Excel. I won't spend any much time explaining things. Let's just get straight into the business of the day. The first type of chart we'll be looking at is a column chart. And what is this used for? It is used to compare values across categories. You want to check out monthly sales or yearly sales or monthly budget, So you use column chart to check out or compare values across categories. And how does it display your data? Using column chart, it displays your data as vertical bars. So for me to insert a column chart, I want to use a column chart to represent this data here. I think we have months in a short form, short name of month here. From January to December, at the same period. I'm going to use a column chart to represent this data. So that I highlight the whole table, the whole data here. In my insert tab, you see in the tab group we have, do you want Excel to recommend charts for you, or you want to just pick a chart? So I don't want to recommend charts. I'll just go and select column chart. So I click on the drop down button here. You see 2D column, 3D column, 2D bar, 3D bar. I want a column chart, so I'll just select this. So this is a column chart. So now I get to see this data. I know in January, with this, you can see or know the month with the highest sales. You know January has the least sales and December has the highest sales, like this. So if I want to format this, click on this plus sign here. So currently, it's showing, you can see the axis. If I click here, axis is checked. The primary horizontal and primary vertical are showing. Horizontal axis and vertical axis are showing. Axis title is not showing because it's not checked. So if I check it now, you get to see the axis title. You can always rename this to I want to rename this to month, and I'll rename this to sales. We give it sales, and hit enter. So it's not well spelled. Sales, and I'll hit enter. So to do any formatting on this, using this plus sign, you can see if I want to show the data labels, I'll just check this box and it's showing the data label. You can see the data here. It's showing, okay, this is for January. January is 500, 600. And you can also see it by this side here, the format chart area. You can also see some option to format anything you want to format here. So using this plus sign to format it, you want it to show data table or error bars, or you want it to show legends. Currently, you can see this is the legend here. You can see the legend. If I check legend, you're seeing sales, just a single color. Sales, or the trend line to show you how the sales trend is. So this is how you format. If you want to change the color of these bars, just select the bars. Or we have this, let's look at what this brush is for. So you can change the style of your bars any way you want to change it to. Or we say do you want to change the color? We have different colors here. Different colors. Do you want to change the colors? Whatever way you want to change the color, we have different ways of doing that. You can select anyone and it changes the color for you. Or you select any of the data points, this data by mean, right click on it, then you get the option for format data series. Then this, on your right hand side, you see the format data series pane. Then you can come here to change the color to anything you want to change it to. Anything you want to change it to. Okay, so that's that for column chart. Let's look at our bar chart. So what is bar chart? Bar chart is also similar to column chart, but in this case, the bars are horizontal. And it's very, very useful when the categories name are long or when comparing many items. So if I highlight this, go to my insert tab, then I would click on the drop down button beside this and select bar chart. You can see we have our bar chart here. You can see the difference between bar chart and column chart. Can you see it? So we have the same formatting that you did to column chart, the same way you can format the bar chart, the same way. So you can see how that it arranged the data in horizontal. It's arranged in horizontal bars. You can see your data well represented using horizontal bars. So here I know, okay, December is the highest, has the highest sales, and January has the lowest sales using my bar chart. So the next chart we'll be looking at is the line and the area chart. What is the line chart and what is it used for? The line chart shows trends over time, or some sequential data points. So it is very, very, very good for showing how values are changing over time. So we're going to see the trends over how, now we have the data here. We have want to look at how people are visiting a particular website over from January to December. So I'm going to highlight this also using a line chart. It will show the trend of how people are visiting the website. So go to my insert type, then I would come here. You can see here we have a line. If I click on it, hover around it, you can see it says insert line or area chart. So I'll click on the drop down button and we have different line. We have line, we have this one, stack line. So I'm going to let this line chart. So I'm seeing now, you can see it's showing, you can see the trend from January. It's going high, going high, going high, going high, and okay, we have the highest number of visitors on the website in December, then the least in January. So line chart will show you trends over time. So the next one is your area chart. The area chart is very, very similar to the line chart, but in the area chart, the area under the line is filled in. It is filled with color. So what is it useful for? It's useful for showing cumulative totals or the size of the change over time. So now using the same data, let's use the same data to let's use area chart to represent this data. So I'm going to highlight this data again, highlight everything. Then in my insert tab, clicking on that drop down button beside the icon for line chart, and I would go down to select area chart. So can you see area chart? Almost the same thing as line chart. The difference is just that we have the area under the line to be filled with color. So the same formatting we did with our column chart, you can also do the same formatting here. You can edit the title the way you want to edit it, anything. So you can see. So it's this. You can also see that here you have January as the least. You have the least customers. Sorry, the least visitors visiting the site in January and the highest in December. So the same thing. So the next chart we'll be checking out the pie chart and the donut chart. So what are pie charts used for? What pie chart will do is it will display the proportions of a category as slices of a pie. So it is best for showing parts of a whole. Like you want to show the breakdowns of budget, or you want to see some market shares. So now let's use this. I'm going to use this first data here. So I'll use a pie chart to represent it. So highlighting everything, then come here in your insert tab, then you see this icon for pie chart. Click on the drop down button and select pie. We have different pie. We have this pie of pie. We have bar of pie. So I'll select this to the pie. So currently you are seeing we have some legends here. This blue, it shows this is for electronics. This is for clothing. This is for home appliances. This is for book. This is for toys. So you can see, mainly looking at it, you already know which proportion has the highest. You know which is the highest. You know which is the least. But if you still want to show the data, you want to show the data, or you want to show, let this proportion, or let this segment, or let this slice represent this particular thing. So I'm going to come here, this plus sign, and I want to show data label. So it's showing the data. You can see that it's showing it. You can click on this arrow beside the data label and say, okay, I don't want it to be in the center. Initially, you can see it's inside the pie. I don't want it to be inside the pie. I want it to be either in the center, or inside end, or outside end, or best fit. So let's leave it at outside. I want it to be outside. And also, you might decide that, okay, I don't want to be seeing these legends. I also want to see, as I'm seeing the percentage, I also want to see the product category. So going back to that, come here to this data label, this button beside it, and let's look at, if you're looking at data call out to bring it out. So let's go to more options and let's see, is it bringing anything? Okay, it's not. So here you can see we still have this format data label panes here. So come here, go back, you can see here in your label, go to this place. So click down beside label option. Currently you are seeing that it's showing the value and it's showing the leader lines. So I wanted to show the category name itself, so I'll check the category name box and you can see it. So there's no need for us to have this legend, so I can just delete it. So you can see, this is for books. Book is 10%, toys is 10%, electronics is 40%, home appliances 50%, clothing 25%. So with this pie chart, I can see the parts of the whole category. I know which one is the highest and I know which one is the least. So you can see how these visuals, this chart are used for visualizing our data well. Anyone seeing this understands, knows which is the highest and which is the lowest here. So the next one we're looking at is the donut chart. The donut chart is very, very, very similar to the pie chart, but the only difference is that the donut chart has hole in the center. It's also used for showing proportions, right? So now let me highlight this whole. I'm going to highlight this whole table. Going back to my insert tab, then drop down button. I'm going to select this donut chart here. So you can see donut chart. So the same thing, we have departments here and we have budget for every of the departments. So to bring out the callouts, the data labels, I'm going to come here. I want the data label here. Data label, show, or call it out. I want to call it out. Can you see? Even if this budget, there's no percent in the data, but you can now see that we have percent in the data. So I can call this out now, bring it. I don't like the way it is, so I'll just drag it out myself. How do I drag out? I just press down my left mouse on my keypad, then use my other hand to drag. So I just dragged it out. So now anyone looking at this can see, oh, IT department, it makes up 7% of the budget, total budget. HR makes up 13% of the budget. R&D 19%, sales 26%, marketing 32%, administration 3%. So the department with the highest budget and the department with the least budget. Looking at this, the same way of formatting can always go and change the color. Change the color the way you want to change it, change the style, or you can do it yourself. Right clicking, then format data series. Come here to fill, then start changing color one by one. To change color of each of the slides, just double click on it. Double click. Can you see? You have this selected, so you can change this color, change this to something else. Then let me pick this blue. This one, select these two. You can change it from orange to for more colors. You want other colors. You want to use the RGB, or you want to use the hex code. Always can do that. I want to change the color. Okay, so you change the color. So you can always format the color to anything you want to format it into. All right. So the next thing we'll be looking at now is the scattered chart. So what is chart for? Chart is used to plot data points on a two-dimensional plane based on two variables. So it's just majorly to show relationship between two variables. So I want to show the relationship between advertising budget and sales. This is the money spent on advertising, and this is the sales they made from every of the advertisement that they made. So using my scatter chart, I'll highlight all the data, then go back to my insert tab. Then we have here drop down button and you see scatter charts. We have different scatter charts. We have scatter with smooth line and markers. So let me just select scatter charts. So with scatter chart, you can see the relationship that created between the advertising budget and the sales. The advertising budget is here on the x-axis and the sales is on the y-axis. So you can see that the higher, you can see as the advertising budget increases, the sales increases. As it increases, the sales increases. So let me change this. What do I want to change this chart to see very well? I want to see it very well. I'm using the line and marker to come to chart design, change chart type, and I'm going to select this line and marker with smooth lines and marker. Okay, so you can see it well now. There's a line has been drawn. So you can see that the higher the advertising budget, the higher the sales that is made. So there's a positive correlation between the advertising budget and the sales. The relationship is linear. So this is to say that anyone looking at this knows that okay, it means we have to spend more on advertising So it means advertising our product is helping us make sales. So the higher we spend on advertising, the more sales we get. Now we use scattered charts to represent this data, and it makes more sense to anyone looking at it now. So the next chart we'll be looking at is the bubble chart. The bubble chart is just another type of scatter. It's like a variation of a scattered chart where data points are represented by bubbles, and with the size of the bubbles representing a third variable. All right, so here I'm going to highlight, we have some products here. We have the marketing, the money spent on marketing. We have the sales, the money made from selling those products, and this customer satisfaction rating from, we have from 1 to 10. So we just have these products. I'm going to highlight all these products and go to my insert tab here. I'll select, going to select this scattered chart. Okay, we are dealing with bubble. So bubble, select bubble. So bubble. Even if it's not giving me, but now with bubble charts, you can see the bigger the bubble, the bigger the sales. So here you can see showing product C, market, the money spent on marketing. You can see the size is small, size is 15. Let me press my cursor on that blue one. You can see the money spent on marketing for product A is 30,000. So you can see the bigger the bubble, the bigger the sales, or the smaller the sales, the smaller the bubble. But then this is not how I want it to be. So I can just delete this. I want the marketing to be on the x-axis. I want the sales to be on the y-axis, and I want the customer satisfaction to be the size of the bubble, such that when I'm looking at the relationship, I know when I have a bigger bubble size, I know I have the highest customer satisfaction rating, and I also have maybe an increase in the sales or marketing spend. What do I do without highlighting anything now? I'm not highlighting anything. Go out to my insert tab, then click on the drop down button, and I'll select the bubble chart. Currently there's nothing here, no data here. So the moment I select chart, you can see we have our contextual tab here, the chart design. So I'll click on the chart design tab, then I want to select data. So come here in my data group, I'll click on select data. So what is the data you want to select? Okay, let me go back. I think I already covered it, so I'm going to just bring it here so you can see, or bring it down here so that we can see it well. Okay, so in my chart design tab, select data. So what is the data? First is the chart data range. So I'm going to delete all this here, delete it, then I'll come here to highlight all this data. This is my chart data range. Okay, so the first thing, automatically that's detected some cells already in the data, but I don't want to. I'm going to delete them. I don't want the one it helped me with. Delete, then I will add myself. So what is the series name? I can just give it maybe product. I'll give you series name product. So what do I want to be on the S axis? I want all the marketing spend to be on the S axis. What do I want to be on the Y axis? I want the sales revenue to be on the Y axis. What do I want to be on to be my bubble size? I want the bubble size to be based on the customer satisfaction. So I highlight everything. Then I'm going to hit OK. So I'm okay with this. Then I'll hit OK. So currently I can see this. That okay. Product. We have this. So the bigger the size of the product, the bigger the size of the product, it means that we have high customer approval, and that maybe there's the increase in this money spent on marketing may allow us make more sale, and also our customer is satisfied with the product that we spent money advertising for. So with bubble chart, you get to understand this data very well. Anyone seeing this now can understand. You can see this is the biggest bubble here. The biggest bubble here is this particular one. So anyone looking at this understands very well. So you can always edit it the way you want it to be. All right, so the next thing we'll be looking at here is going to be our histogram. So histogram, what is histogram used for? Histogram is used to display the frequency of the data within a certain range or interval. So we have lists of students here and their age. So what if I want to show them? I want to use histogram to represent this data. So highlighting everything, I'm coming here to my insert tab, Then come here, you see histogram. So I select histogram here. Currently it's showing us now we have student between the age. Let me add the data label so I can see that it's showing me that student between the age of data label. Students between the age of 22 to 30 are 8 in number. Those between the age of 30 to 38 are 2. The difference between is 8. What if I want to increase the number of beans? Currently it's just 2. It's just the interval is 8. Like difference between both age is 8. I want to increase the interval, so just select the data point, right click, format data series. Okay, no, not the data point, the axis itself. Right click, format axis. Then I'm coming here. Currently it's on automatic, so I want to specify the number of beans I wanted to show. So click on number of beans. I don't want it to show just 2. I want to increase it to 4. Enter. So now you can see it's showing me it has splitted it. You now see that we have those within the age 22-26, they are 6 in number. Those within the age range 26-30 are 2. Those within the age range 30-34, 1. Those within the age range 34-38, 1. So you can see. So you use a histogram to display frequency of data within certain ranges or interval. So there's something called combo chart too. What is combo chart? It means you are combining two types of charts together. You could combine a line chart or a column chart together into one. So you can use this to display different data sets. Let's use this. Let me try to use this for let me try to use this. Let's see. Let me see if I can use this for combo chart. I'm lighting this, then insert. So let's try out the recommend chart. So click on recommend, where Excel is going to recommend charts for you to use. So you can see it's recommending charts, clustered column or stacked column. So it's recommend charts. If you don't want it, you can just look for whatever chart you want to work with, or all chart. So combo chart. So you can see combo chart. Can you see? So combo chart. Anyone you can see showing you, okay, marketing is on clustered column, sales is on revenue, customer satisfaction is on line. Okay, so you can see with this data I'm able to form a combo chart, combination of two charts. So we have other charts too. You can play around them. That charts, aside the ones I've shown you, the basic one. We have some hierarchy chart. We have the tree map to show hierarchy. Maybe you're working with the data that maybe a kind of data has hierarchical data, maybe products, category of the products, subcategory of the product. You can use your tree map to represent such kind of data. So we have waterfall chart, and what waterfall chart is going to do is to show you running total as values are being added or subtracted. So we have different charts. We have also map. If you want to show sales based on locations, you can use map to do that. But to do this, you need internet to run or visualize this kind of data, or else it will not show. Alright, so that is that on some basic maps that we'll be looking at in this video. Alright, so make sure you practice very well. Practice beats perfection. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Do well to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. There's someone out there that needs to watch this video. Don't forget to share with them. Thank you.